Yay Media Group.
I understand the feeling of laying around and not doing anything and being a loser. But when you're sick, you have an excuse. So just lay there and enjoy it. You don't have to take care of the kids. You throw up buckets right next to you.
Hey guys, episode 105. Sorry, I look the way I do. I think I have what is it called?
Norovirus?
Norovirus.
Norovirus?
Yesterday, up in the morning at like 3:30 in the morning, I just going out both ends, vomiting, diarrhea. It was the worst. I hate throwing up. I had like bags all lined up because I had to sit on the toilet while I was throwing up. That's TMI, but
Yeah,
it's the truth.
Both ends was enough. People got it.
I just hate that. And then, sorry, I look pale. I look gross today, but
And I'm a hypochondriac, so I feel like I have something.
Yeah, Jeff slept downstairs last night with the kids that got an air mattress. I was like, why don't you sleep in one of their rooms? You like did a whole thing, but they liked it. They had a sleepover.
Like a camp out. So I just put a air mattress in the living room and I slept on the couch. So I really do feel like I'm getting something. I'm fighting something off, but not to that extent where I'm coming out of both ends at all. But just maybe it's in my head. I don't know.
I haven't been sick in a year, which is pretty good.
Me too. And I got sick over Christmas. And then I thought I kicked it because I've been on a health kick this whole new year. I haven't drank. I've been eating great. But for some reason, I just feel like not right for some reason.
I think it's just stress. Stress can do a lot to you, and stress can make you sick.
Yeah. And
I think it's stress.
And then just cleaning up everything after you. I don't know. Throwing out all those bags of throw up. Why don't you just throw up in the toilet?
I couldn't. I would shit my pants.
Well, there was like 8 bags. You did it 8 times? You were going to shit your pants?
Every time. I vomited.
It was so nasty.
It was so nasty.
Man.
It was so sweet. Leighton just happened to come in my room when I was vomiting. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. Like, thumbs up. Like, it's okay. Back up. And because I don't want my kids getting it. And he took a bag. I had 2 trash cans out in case I didn't make it. So I had 2 trash cans by the bed. And he took one of the trash can linings out and put it in the trash can for me. It was really sweet.
Oh,
he's like, feel better, Mom. I was like, go to school. Have a good day.
Yeah. And then I had to take him to school. And I'm not even joking about this. I've talked about this in the past, meaning if I go to the school, like drop off, like Mr. Mom, I'm always doing something wrong. I got not yelled at, but I got reprimanded again yesterday because I dropped them off and I guess I was in the wrong lane and I went to pull over and I was just following everybody else. I wasn't going like crazy.
I told you they're serious about drop off.
So I pulled over to the right and then some lady stopped. So I kind of was like taking up both lanes.
Uh-huh.
And of course, when I finally get to the curb, some lady knocks on my window and Lawson's like, Leighton, get out. Like they know they have to run out. And I got yelled at again. And then I had to pick him up.
Yeah, she knocked on the window.
Yeah, I had to pick him up. And then I parked. I wasn't even taking any chances of like driving in the parking lot. I just walked over and got him. But then I saw Lisa, the queen of pickup. So I felt safe.
Oh, yeah, she'll help you out.
Yeah, so I knew, but it's just comical.
This morning, right now, I just don't really have energy. I feel like sweaty, like I'm going hot, cold, all that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take him to school today. I'm going to get the energy. And Jeff's like, no, I'll take him. I was like, no, I'll take him. You don't know what you're doing. And then you were like, no, I'll take him. So,
you haven't even been like, you just got sick like 24 hours ago.
I know, but I just can't sit. Like yesterday, just laying in the bed, I can't stand it. I feel like a loser because I feel like there's.
But you're sick, and then I'm
like,
already mad at you because I'm gonna get the same thing as you because you're downstairs touching everything. Now we're doing the podcast. I was gonna do it solo.
Listen, I'm helping you out.
I was gonna do it solo.
I knuckled up today, and I was like, I'm gonna do this podcast. I have something we have to do. So I knuckled up and I'm like, we're going to do this podcast together. You know how hard it is to do a podcast by yourself?
I was just going to read some Dear Crabbies and get it done.
Well, I'm here. I'm helping you.
All right. Well, you knuckled up. Now I'm going to get a knuckle sandwich in my stomach and start throwing up.
I wasn't even around anyone and I got this. I haven't been hanging out with anybody. I haven't been doing anything and I got it. I don't even know how I got it. I was sick around this time last year. I had the flu. It feels like the flu, but just with vomiting.
Yeah, it's going around.
And my neighbor works at the hospital and she said it's like going around like crazy.
Sometimes I hate being sick, and especially I hate like throwing up, and both ends is the worst scenario ever. But sometimes I like being sick for the fact that it's guilt-free. Like you can't do anything. So just enjoy watching a show, take a nap during the day, watch the show again, take another nap, eat something, try to drink something. It's like, it is guilt-free. I understand the feeling of laying around and not doing anything and being a loser. But when you're sick, you have an excuse. So just lay there and enjoy it. You don't have to take care of the kids. You throw up buckets right next to you.
No, my back yesterday was like hurting. I think just from like, I don't even know how many movies. I watched Good Will Hunting because I never finish it. I always turn it on when I'm sick because I'm like, I'm going to watch something and I'm going to finish it. And I never know the ending. What happens?
In Good Will Hunting?
Yeah. So the last part I remember, I fell asleep. I slept on and off all day yesterday. I would throw up and then I'd go to sleep. Throw up, then go to sleep. So I would wake up and there was a new movie on.
You don't remember the ending? When Ben Affleck has that big speech and he's like, "What? He knows Matt Damon has all this talent." And he goes, "My dream is to go knock on your door one day." I wish I had the Boston accent because he delivers it so good. And you're not there because you shouldn't be doing construction. You should be doing something worthwhile.
Because he's a janitor.
Right. And he's a construction guy. So he wants to be a regular guy, but he's destined for way more. And Ben Affleck, who's his best friend, unselfishly tells him, "I want to come," because he used to pick him up. You don't remember that? Like that was the main part of the movie.
I know. I fell asleep was he likes that girl and he like flips out on her because she's like, "Why haven't I met your brothers?" He told her he had 12 brothers,
right? But
he was embarrassed to take her back to his house or to know about his life, and they were fighting in her dorm, and that's where I fell asleep.
Oh, dude, and you didn't get to where he talked to Robin Williams about him missing the Red Sox game, and then he went to go see a girl? You got to rewatch it because you missed the whole point.
I fell asleep.
I'm not going to tell you.
He was with Robin Williams though. Like he was meeting with him because no therapist would work with him because they said he was crazy.
You got to watch it again. It's one of my top 5 all time movies.
And
I'm not going to tell you.
Every time I watch it when I'm sick because I never finish it, and I was like, I'm going to finish it today. And then I took my medicine and I was like, out.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to. Oh, I kind of just. Well, whatever. You didn't catch that.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, again. You got to watch it again. You know what made me think of one of my favorite movies? Speaking of favorite movies of all time, is Step Brothers. Remember when he's talking to the therapist and he goes, so he's like, "So tell me about yourself, Daryl." And he's like, "Well, I like to do math equations on a chalkboard. I'm a janitor at a college." And she's like, "Are you explaining the plot of Good Will Hunting?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, "My best friend's Ben Affleck."
I don't like that movie at all.
Oh my God. It's the best movie of all time. I mean, not Gladiator's my favorite movie, but comedy movie. I've done this in the past. I've talked about this in the past. But when I went on that Around the World for Free for 100 days and I started feeling blue or I just homesick or I just was ready to quit, I would watch Step Brothers. And I watched that at least 30 times in 100 days on Around the World for Free. Because no matter how bad I was feeling, or I'm like, man, I just can't stand this jungle anymore. I would watch Step Brothers because I had it on my little portable thing, and I'd laugh and be like, all right, tomorrow's going to be a good day. So it got me through like some.
Oh, well, that's good. I didn't think it was funny at all. Well, but it's your type of humor. Lawson, I feel like, has your type of humor. The other day, he goes, "Mom, watch this." And it was something on YouTube. And I didn't think it was funny. And Lawson, I forgot what it was, but Lawson was like, "Isn't that so funny?" And in my head, I was like, that is so something that you would think is hilarious and YouTube would have laughed. But like, I was like, that's not funny to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, y'all have the same type of humor.
All right, let's take a quick break, come back, and we'll get into some other stuff.
New Year goals. It's 2025. AG1 helps Jeff and I complete our goals. I drank AG1 every single day last year in 2024. January 2024 is when I started my AG1, and I was healthy as can be.
That's right. And you know, they say people quit their New Year's resolutions the second week into January, just 2 weeks, and they drop their New Year's goals. But most resolutions are hard to maintain, right? That's for everybody. But AG1 is one of the easiest things you can do to maintain your health and make it one of the habits you actually stick to. I drink mine with 4 ounces of water first thing in the morning. I do 2 things that are consistent every single day. I make our bed, and I drink AG1. And that's every single day, no question.
And then I add the vitamin D3 K2 into my AG1. I do 2 drops, and I drop that in. And don't forget, if you get your AG1, put it in the fridge.
That's right. And even if you did break your New Year's goals already, jump back on the train. Don't wait till next year to start new goals. You don't have to wait just because it's a new year. Doesn't mean everything's going to change on January 1st. You could start your goals. You could start drinking AG1 anytime and improve your health and your lifestyle.
And it's so good for your gut health. There's so many people I talk about that are like, your gut health, that is what I'm trying to clean. And it's great for digestive. I always have a good bowel movement.
There you go. There you go. And AG1 brings out the best or the worst in you.
So this new year, try AG1 for yourself. It's the perfect time to start a new healthy habit. And that's why we have been partnering with AG1 for so long. And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of vitamin D3 K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/togetherness to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness to start your new year on a healthier note. Sorry, because I'm not feeling the best. We're going to do Dear Crabbies the rest of the episodes.
Okay. You don't want to talk Primeville?
How do you even say it?
I don't know.
American Primeville? It's on Netflix. If I normally don't like Western shows. Y'all were recording. What are you talking about?
You didn't even say welcome back. I thought you were just talking to me.
Oh. Welcome back. We have been watching this show on Netflix. I know a lot of you like what we're watching. It's called American Primeville. How do you say it?
I don't even know how to say it. We should probably learn
I don't
how to
even
say
know.
it.
It's a Western show. Normally, I do not like Western shows. They bore me. And this one was actually really good. The guy I don't know his name in real life. He's from Friday Night Lights.
Taylor Kirch or something like that?
Yeah, he did a really good job.
I'm saying I'm totally messing that up.
Yeah, I don't. What? What?
I just feel like your energy today.
I've been barfing and stuff. So there you go.
I know, but it's just funny. You're setting me up for failure over here.
You were going to do the podcast by yourself.
Yeah, I was just going to read some Dear Crabbies. Everything's not, listen, I don't know if you could feel the energy through the airwaves here, but it's our dynamics off. Jordan's not feeling good. I don't feel great at all. I bought all this new setup stuff in here. And I have like a new monitor. So if we have guests on this new year, we can see the guests. I bought this little timer clock so we know like how long our segments are because we're trying to keep it under 30 minutes. The computer's not working for some reason. I don't know what happened to the TV, and my timer clock that I just bought shut off. So today, everything's not going great today. We're not feeling the best, and it's coming through. I can just feel it. Like the vibes are off.
We're going to just do Dear Crabbies, but watch that show on Netflix.
It's good. I love a good, I never loved Westerns. Maybe I did because Tombstone is one of my favorite movies as well. We're talking about movies. I love that movie. But I've been getting more into like old Westerns, and I don't know why. I just like the era. I like era period films or documentaries or whatever it is. I like it. And I would like to just be in that town for like a weekend.
Somebody makes you mad, you just shoot them.
Yeah, like the Wild West laws, like
I say this every time when I watch those. I'm like, Jeff, you know how bad people's breath stunk?
I mean, the smell
and
would
they
be
probably smelled like BO wearing those dresses.
the smell would be atrocious. Because I mean, there wasn't even like in those times. I think they just like went to the bathroom in a bucket.
That's disgusting.
There was no like sinks or anything. You know what I mean? You just threw it out on the street. So that part I'm not like crazy about, but also like medieval times, like going into one of those stone pubs and it's just like, like torches on fire and you're just drinking and getting nuts. It'd be fun to like quantum leap into that real quick. And then not like if you're going to get hurt, you're out.
Instead of reality, everybody being so sensitive about every little thing.
Yeah, you can go and chop somebody's head off and from the 1500s and then come back here and be like, I feel better now.
Okay. Okay, you read these.
No, go for it.
This is from Larissa.
Hand me your phone with your...
I already sanitized
with your Norovirus on there.
This is from Larissa. Hey guys, do you have a short list of baby girl names if you ever had one before your boys?
Oh, you're already...
If we had a girl, I wasn't even going to let Jeff decide. It was going to be Sailor. That was going to be her name. If we had a girl.
Yeah.
I didn't, and you actually liked the name too.
I did like it.
And I was going to spell it like, I said I was going to spell it Saylor, but I think I'd spell it like Sailor.
Just regular Sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was down with that. Lawson, if we thought Lawson was going to be a girl, I even painted a picture that I still have upstairs of like us walking into the moonlight, whatever. I used to paint when I was out of work last time. So maybe I should begin painting this time.
You probably should.
Yeah. But anyways, it was me, a guy and a girl holding hands with a little girl. And I painted that before we found out we were having a boy, which was Lawson. And I was convinced too that we were having a girl. So Sailor was going to be our girl's name.
If we went for a third, we would have had a boy. It would have been a boy for sure. If we went a fourth time, it would have been a girl. I just know it.
The old Sailor.
We would have had three. We would have had 3 boys because your family only produces boys.
What movie is that from? The old Sailor You. Is she still in the house?
I have no idea. What?
You don't know what? Wedding Crashers. Remember when he's talking about the older lady?
No.
You remember when they met on the stairs? And he goes, I need to talk to you. And he goes, he's complaining that the older lady wanted to have sex with him. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, you left me in the trenches down there. You don't remember that? Vince Vaughn is yelling at Owen Wilson.
Kind of.
And then he just stops everything. He goes, you old Sailor You. What do they feel like?
Oh,
never
my
mind.
gosh.
You don't get any of my references.
Because I don't watch movies like you do.
But it makes you laugh. Maybe you should. You were watching some Spanish movie yesterday. It wasn't even in English. I was like, what are you doing? I thought it was
about the cartel. And then all of a sudden it started off good. And then it turned into like a musical. And I was like, what kind of cartel show is this? They were like dancing in the streets.
Yeah, I went upstairs Spanish. And I was like, what are you doing? And it was like, like it wasn't even it was like subtitles. I'm like, are you watching a subtitle movie? What are you doing? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, man, you're like delirious. Put on Wedding Crashers.
I put on a movie.
Yeah.
I put on a different movie.
Well, you need to cheer yourself up and watch a good old comedy.
I try to watch Good Will Hunting, like I said. Okay, so this is from Carrie. Jeff and Jordan, when you were on Amazing Race and you go to a pit stop, I think I read you had 12 hours before the race started again. Did you get to tour the city you were in? If not, what did you do besides sleep? And when you were eliminated, where did you go and what did you do?
Oh, I like talking about Amazing Race because not a lot of people ask us about that.
So when you're done racing, you don't get to do anything. Like I thought, because I didn't know anything about Amazing Race, I thought when we were on Amazing Race that we got to tour the city. So I'll give an example. We were in Santiago, Chile, and there was a festival going on, and everybody was just having the best time. And then in Hamburg, Germany, while we were racing, there was like another festival because it was around Christmas time going on, and everybody had wagons with drinks in them, and everybody was just happy. And I was like, I want to like go with them. But I remember we were done racing in Santiago, Chile. They put you in your room. You cannot leave your room. If you do leave your room, you're eliminated off the race. And I remember telling you, I was like, let's just sneak out and go down there. Remember that?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, what if we just started, if we get caught? And I was like, let's just go. In the new year, we all have goals. And a lot of times by February, we don't complete these goals. And with BetterHelp, you can start the new life that you want, a new life that for yourself. If you need someone to talk to, if you need to make changes in your life, BetterHelp, give it a try.
That's right. Every January brings 365 new blank pages waiting to be filled. And even if you think therapy is not for you, you should give it a try. What I like the best about BetterHelp is when you meet a therapist for the first time and you guys don't really have that connection, you could move on for free to any therapist you want till you get that connection and you feel comfortable talking to someone. Because I truly believe getting those deep down secrets or things that are weighing you down off your chest really lightens the load for you so you can achieve those New Year's goals.
Yes. And BetterHelp is entirely online. It's affordable. Like Jeff said, you can switch a licensed therapist if you feel like that person is not a great fit for you. You can switch and find someone else.
That's right. So think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. I love that.
Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists at any time with no additional cost.
Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/TogetherMess. That's MESS today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TogetherMess.
I was so bored. You just sit in your room. Dude, I don't even think we had a TV.
No, they take the TVs and the alarm clocks and everything
alarm clocks out, and you're just sitting in the room and you're together. I will say we didn't make it that long on the race, but some races you're super tired that you do just go to bed.
Yeah.
In Hamburg, Germany, I don't know why, but normally you're not in like really nice hotels. Hamburg, Germany, we were in this super nice, like 5-star hotel. We had robes, and I remember the towels. Remember there were dryers. We could dry our towels, and our clothes were all wet and soggy, and we were putting everything in there. So that was nice because like I felt like I could actually get clean.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, but nowhere else. In Argentina, and it wasn't Argentina we had to sleep in tents.
Yeah, that was my favorite stop, was Argentina. But here's how it works. It's either a 12-hour layover, 24, 48, or 72. Maybe it doesn't even go up to 72, but it's like 12, 24, 48-hour layover. So meaning if you get in, obviously, at 8 p.m. at night, you start at 8 in the morning. And if you get in at 5 at night, you start at 5 in the morning. Like you literally have to be on the mat before 5. So you go and you have to wake yourself up. We've talked about this. We bought our cheap little watches with alarm clocks on them. I didn't know that there wouldn't be alarm clocks where you're staying or a television where you're staying. So you couldn't watch TV. So when you get to your room, so when you cross the finish line, say it's 8 o'clock at night, you got to eat your dinner. They provide catering and things like that. Then you got to do post-race interviews. So then you're doing all these interviews. And after that, you're exhausted, especially if you have to get up, in the middle of the night and start racing again. But other legs like we had in Argentina, which is why I loved it the most, I feel like we were off at least 48 hours, if not 72, because we got to go hiking up in the Andes. We were on this, lamb farm, and remember, and they butchered a lamb for us. I never had lamb like that fresh. Sorry if you're vegan out there or whatever, but it was the best lamb I've ever had. And we got to just sleep in these tents. And I remember some people on the race that we were racing with were complaining because I think we did just come off of like Germany or something, or I forgot where we came from, but they were nicer hotels. And like, why are we sleeping in tents? And I loved it because I grew up camping and you're under all these stars. You could see the Andes Mountains. We just had this beautiful barbecue with this lamb, as much as you could eat. We had a break for 48 hours or whatever it was. And that was my favorite stop on the race, was that particular layover in Argentina.
Yeah. And then each time when you get eliminated, you go to a sequester place. Each season is different. This is how it was when we were on. I don't know if they still do it anymore, but our sequester place was Puerto Vallarta. So we got eliminated in Champagne, France, and then a handler flies with you. And we flew from France to Mexico, and it was so fun. We were in Ronald Reagan's mansion, right? It was something Ronald Reagan had either stayed there.
No, it wasn't Ronald Reagan. Was it? I think it was someone else. I know exactly. I know what you're talking about.
Because they kept saying this is where one of the presidents used to stay. It was so nice.
Yeah, I think it was somebody else.
And you're up on a cliff, and you have people cooking you dinner. You get per diem money for being there, and you just go into town and you can shop, you can go out on the beach, you can do whatever you want.
No, but you have to go at specific times, like allocated times. We went up there twice, I think.
We went with our handler. I loved her. She was so funny. And you could, you just hang out. I liked it. I loved being in Elimination Station. I liked it better than being on the race.
I hated it.
Yeah. Jeff the whole time was pouting, but I was having the best time in Mexico.
Yeah.
I was 23, though.
Would have been nice to win that $1 million now, huh?
After taxes, it's not that much. All right. So this is from Braden. Dear Crabby, love your podcast and the Amazon Lives. Thank you, Braden, for watching the Amazon Lives. I work hard on those. I have to postpone mine. I was going to do it today, but maybe tomorrow. Been a follower since the early Big Brother days, and I just love y'all. My question is, what TV show would you want to star in if you could choose any? Which one would you stay away from?
Whoa, just a television show or a reality show?
I don't know. It just says, what TV show would you want to star in if you could choose any? Yours would be Seinfeld, I feel like.
Or Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
You know what I just got done watching again, or rewatching, I should say, because it's off of Netflix now, but I'm sure you could get it somewhere else, is Friday Night Lights. So when I was working out at the end of the year, I just go in my little workout room and I put on Netflix, and I was watching Friday Night Lights, and I watched it all the way through from season 1 to season 5 again. I forgot there was a season. I think it's season 5, 4 or 5, whatever the last one is. I forgot about that last one. But speaking of that guy, Tyler Kirch or whatever, yeah. I keep screwing up his name. You know, he plays Riggins in there. It was just such a cool show. And Michael B. Jordan ended up coming from there. And then the coach.
Michael B. Jordan did?
Yeah, he was towards the end. He was the new coach from like Dylan East.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I never watched it that far.
Yeah. And then what's the coach's name?
Oh, Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, he came from there. And I had this thing when I used to live in LA, like I never would take pictures with anybody. But for some reason, I think it started maybe on the Bob show that I used to do with my buddy Bob. And we had Saracen, come on if you know the show. I don't know where it started. I saw Jason Street. I forgot his name. He's the character. His character's name is Jason Street. I saw him at this Puma event, and I took a picture with him. And speaking of Amazing Race, he's like, "What are you from?" or whatever. I was like, "Oh, I did some reality shows." And I talked with him, and I remember him saying, he goes, "Oh, dude, were you the Baby Blue team?" He goes, "I love that show. I'd love to do that." So I kind of got to talk with him, and I was like, "Oh my God, I got something in common with this guy that I could talk about." Or not in common, just something that we both know. And so I took a picture with him, and I'm like, I only want to take pictures with the quarterbacks from Friday Night Lights. So when was the last time you needed to go to the doctor, but you pushed it off and you made the excuse, I'm too busy, or I got this new trend that I saw on TikTok or some other social media experiment that people are putting out these days? Or I can't find
my insurance card. That's me. I'm always like, where did I put my insurance card? Because every time you call, they need it.
And I think we've all been there. Booking a doctor's appointment, it just feels daunting. Even though the people are super friendly that I talk to always in the doctor's office, just making that call is kind of nerve-wracking for me, and I think a lot of people.
Well, because you want to make sure you find the right doctor for you.
Right, and then sometimes you don't want to think that you're getting taken advantage of in any sort of way.
Right. But thanks to Zocdoc, there's no reason to delay. They make it so easy to find and book a doctor who's right for you.
Whether it's your doctor who rushed your appointments or belittled your symptoms or hit you with a surprise bill, you shouldn't have to settle for mediocre care. But now, thanks to Zocdoc, you don't have to. You've got options.
Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
And here's what I love. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance and are located nearby and are a good fit for any medical need that you might have.
Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit.
And appointments made through Zocdoc also happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. I love that.
Same-day appointments are so hard to get.
So stop putting off those doctor's appointments like me and go to Zocdoc.com/TogetherMess. That's MESS to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's Zocdoc, ZOCDOC.com/TogetherMess. Zocdoc.com/TogetherMess. So Saracen came on the Bob Show, so I got a picture with him. And then I was at this party randomly with our friend Mandy, and Michael B. Jordan was there.
Oh, really?
Remember it was right after I tore my bicep off. We just got done doing Jeff and Jordan Do America, because I remember I still had my cast on. So it was very soon after we moved to LA. So I think Mandy was trying to break us in and help us out a little bit. And Michael B. Jordan was there before he was Michael B. Jordan, a big star. And he was just playing pool. And I was like, hey, buddy, I hate to bother you, man. I've got this thing, or I take pictures with the quarterbacks from Friday Night Lights. He's like, whatever, dude, let's just take a picture. He didn't care, but he took a picture. So I have a picture. And then I met this other guy. I even forgot his character's name. But after they all graduate and they go to East Dillon, the quarterback for West Dillon, I saw him at Sundance. I was having a beer and he just happened to be at my table. I'm like, hey, dude, can I get a picture with you? He's like, yeah, sure. So I have a picture with all the quarterbacks from Friday Night Lights.
I shared this. It reminded me, you said Sundance. This is so random. But I remember at Sundance, there was this guy outside smoking. And you look, because I was like, oh, that's a nice looking man. And he had long hair, looked kind of homeless, and it was Keanu.
I know,
Reeves.
I remember that.
And I didn't bother him, but I was like, he's very attractive. Well, he's what? How old is he?
Well, that was a while ago, but he's still attractive.
He's
yeah.
50s?
It's weird. You know what? I do see it now, but at the time, I'm like, Keanu Reeves is attractive.
He is.
And a lot of people, and now I'm seeing, I'm like, you know what? Maybe, I don't know. You think his personality a little bit goes into he's just that rugged and he kind of stays away. I don't know.
That's why I like him, because he's not like Kardashians. He doesn't, he could be in the limelight, but he just does his movies and then you don't hear from him. And then he's outside smoking a ciggy. And
yeah,
I'm
maybe that's what I like
this
about
guy.
him. Yeah, maybe that's what I like.
Yeah,
about
he's not let's take pictures. Let's try to, I don't know. I like the celebrities who you see them in movies and then you don't see them.
I wonder
anymore.
what he would have said if you would have went and asked for a
Oh,
picture.
gosh, no.
I bet you would have, I don't know. I have a feeling he would have been like, sure. I have a feeling he would have been a nice guy.
I don't think I've ever asked.
I never do either. That's why I felt bad with the Friday Night Lights thing, but I made a
Friday
rule
Night
for myself.
Lights, it's that so long ago that you could have done that.
Oh, and speaking of that, who's that red-haired guy that came out of
tell
Friday?
that story.
Friday
with
Night Lights.
Donovan. Weren't you?
Yeah,
he's on Black Mass.
Oh my God, he's so good. I feel he's married to Kirsten Dunst.
Yes, and he blew up. Hang on, I gotta Google him.
Yeah, because I want to he's the best. He blew way up. So a lot of people from that show, from Friday Night Lights, really blew up. Yeah, so anyways, we were in this bar. I don't know if I've told this before, but speaking of Friday Night Lights.
Jesse Plemons.
Yes, Jesse Plemons. Dude, he's so great. And I love him even more because of the story I'm about to tell. Me and my buddy Donovan, this bar right across the street from where he used to live, it's called Happy Endings. I know. But it was this little corner bar where you do karaoke and stuff, whatever. And we went in there and I left LA at this point. I was just back visiting my buddy. And Friday Night Lights was my favorite show at the time. It was airing on TV. And I went in this bar with him. We're having some beers and I'm like, oh my God, that's that dude from Friday Night Lights. And my buddy Donovan's like, well, go up to him and say hi. He goes, I don't know who he is. He goes, I'm sure you'd appreciate it. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to bother people, like with all that stuff, whatever. I'm like, it's a great show and he's great in it. And Donovan goes, well, I'm going to go say something. And he goes, hey, buddy. And he's like, what's up? He goes, dude, I love you in Friday Night Lights. He goes, oh my God, thank you so much, man. He goes, I really appreciate that. And I pushed my buddy Donovan, like, dude, he doesn't even watch Friday Night Lights. I go, I watch Friday. We were like, I acted like a little fanboy, but he's like, oh, whatever. And I bought him a beer and he talked with us for a little bit. And we were just talking about Friday Night Lights and he was super cool.
You can do that when they're, like,
on a little TV show.
Now he probably wouldn't be like, oh man, thanks.
But I don't think, you know what? I don't want to think that. I think he would still, I don't think he's drinking beers at happy endings anymore.
Probably not.
But I'm sure something inside of them, especially when you come from nothing and then you get on a little show and then that show becomes bigger and then he's in Disney movies now. He's in opposite Johnny Depp. I love when
people get their dreams like that. It just makes
too. But I hope,
so good.
And I really do think that when you come up that way, it's always in your heart and you have that appreciation. I understand it probably gets tiring for people, like when you're at an event and you have to take 10,000 pictures. But I'm sure he still has that appreciation of remembers the struggle, having beers with his friends at happy endings, just having that dream of being something in LA. And he did it. He's like one of those stories. And he never is in the spotlight. Like you don't see him in tabloids or stories.
I feel like if you don't want to be in the tabloids, you don't have to be in the tabloids. You want to be in the tabloids.
Yeah. But good on him. I don't know how we went down this road, but shout out to Friday Night Lights and all the people. It blossomed their careers.
Yeah. And even who's the one you love? You love her. You think she's so hot. Minka Kelly.
Oh, Minka Kelly was on there? Yeah.
She's cute.
Yeah.
She's on some new show, I think, that's coming out. I thought I saw like a preview with her. Minka Kelly. And then now the other guy, the quarterback guy that had the accident.
That's Jason Street. I don't know.
I don't see him in anything.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Well, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. And sorry, we're kind of, I don't know, it's kind of all over the place today.
Hey, we got it done. That's the important thing. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do something in the new year. We're about to get out of here. But my mom gave me these, it's like this box of quotes, right? Mm-hmm. And I have them like pinned up all over my little workout room in there for inspiration. And there's like 200 of them. But she gave me this a couple of years back. But every time before I work out, I read them to kind of get myself going. And I thought a good way, I don't know, just something new in this new year, since I'm not doing anything with them, is we're going to end the show.
Oh, read
every show and just read one of those quotes. I'm just going to pull them randomly. And that's how we'll end our show. A little inspiration out there if you make it to the end of our show. All right. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to pull one randomly and leave these here. But these really give me some inspiration. Here we go. Every positive change, every jump to a higher level of energy and awareness involves a rite of passage. Each time to ascend to a higher rung on the ladder of personal evolution, we must go through a period of discomfort and initiation. I have never found an exception. That's by Dan Millman.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful because it makes you think and it makes you sometimes stop and say, hey, maybe I'm going through this because of whatever. So I love these little inspirational quotes and we'll just end it there.
Yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you for continuing to watch, download, subscribe. Keep telling your friends, tagging your friends, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.
Feel better.
Yay Media Group.